Well, hello fellas, or fella, if it's only me who watches this back, from the Yorkshire Dales. More pinpoint Malham Cove, Yorkshire Dales, on what is a typical overcast English day. But it's warm-ish, and it's mild. Sort of mild is probably a better word. Not much wind, so it's actually quite nice. It's actually good walking weather. So Malham Cove is more down there. I will put some shots up just so you can see what it looks like. But if you're ever in the north of England, Yorkshire Dales is an amazing place for walking. Some incredible scenery, lots of nice people. Yeah, great stuff. But that's not really why I'm making a video. I'm more specifically wanting to just talk about my life, where I'm at now, my dating life, past and present, and basically just to break the ice with me sort of recording and documenting some of this. And if anyone else finds it useful, entertaining, or has a similar story, then amazing. So I'm 37, nearly 38. More recently in my life found myself single again. Well, about 2 years ago. So I've been single around 2 years. We have a child together, my ex-girlfriend. I've never been married. Dodged that bullet, apparently. But I have had some long-term relationships. These have always come from knowing them through mutual friends or becoming friends first, and then it progresses into a relationship. So I find myself in a little bit of a predicament now where I don't really have any friends. I have 2 friends, but they're both men and they don't know women. So yeah, we're all loners together, I suppose. But I've recently joined up to Hinge about 9 days ago, and I wasn't expecting much, honestly. I didn't know what I was expecting, but I tried to put a little bit of effort in to make my pictures look okay. I'm fortunate with my height, so I'm 6'1", so obviously I'm making sure there's a picture showing that I'm 6'1" on there, and the pictures were okay. They weren't filtered or anything. I don't particularly do that, but I wanted whoever I was going to meet to see exactly what I look like, and little descriptions about me, sort of trying to be a bit more playful. And honestly, it went okay originally. So the first few days I got quite a few likes. So my understanding of Hinge, and now that I was on it, is you can like a photo or a comment of a different person, and once you do that, it then opens the door for them to message you. So I got quite a few likes. I think quite a few, nowhere near as much as the average woman would, obviously, but for a man, I'd probably say all right. I had enough women, 30 to 50 years of age, messaging or liking me first. So that's, as far as I see, that's them giving the hint that they're okay with me messaging them. Messaging, should use my words better. So I thought, great, nice little ego boost, nice little bit of validation, and maybe I'll get something out of this. Yeah, 8-9 days later, I am off Hinge completely, with my self-esteem in absolute tatters. The reason being is the self-esteem is not due to appearance. It's more due to now, actually, at my age, money. I think I'm not a high earner, I'm not a low earner, but for the UK, if anyone is watching this, the average income is anywhere from 30 to 45,000 pounds, which would be 50 to 55 roughly $1,000. So not massive. You're not going to be able to retire early on that. But if you live frugally and you don't spend lots, then it's manageable. It's enough. It's certainly enough for me. I have a little son. I've got a 4-year-old boy and a mortgage. So I've just recently bought a house after being bought out from a previous house that I shared with my girlfriend. And I thought, you know what, it's probably a good time now. I feel much better in myself. The dust has settled on the last relationship and everything that unfolded as a result of that ending. I think I'm ready now to try meet someone. And yeah, like I said, it's absolutely rocked me. I'd get initial conversations flowing and I was trying to be quirky or interesting, but it felt very performative. Like, it didn't feel like I was actually being myself. And at any point where it would come up to the inevitable question of what do you do for work, the conversations would end. I even had someone unmatch after that. I did get one day out of everything. So I met a girl last Thursday. We're currently on Thursday, so a week ago today. And the day went well. She lived a bit far away, so it was never realistic that it was going to turn into anything. But the day went all right. And I was physically attracted to her, and I think she was to me. And we kept talking after that. But that inevitably pitted out. We arranged to meet again today, actually. But she ghosted me from Monday onwards. I presume she got cold feet over the whole thing and just ghosted me. Fine. So last night I deleted Hinge. I saw no benefit in spending hours of my time portraying myself as someone that I am not, in the hopes that someone will like me enough to want to be around me. So I think I'll no doubt I'll try it again, but I think I either need to up my game financially or be single. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm after some feedback, I suppose, from others that may be approaching 40 or in mid to late 30s that have recently found themselves single, that have used dating apps, how it's gone for them. What improvements could I make? And I suppose I'd like to just blog a little bit of walking as well. I'm going to take up and start doing a little bit more. So I'll be doing a little bit of travelling around the north of England. So if you're interested in seeing some of the English countryside, then you're going to see some of that as well, I suppose. Sorry, just standard Monster lemonade. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd shoot the shit a little bit. So I ended up buying a Canon camera for this, which could turn out to be a costly little hobby or mistake that I've made. But yeah, I think with dating, it certainly seems to be more about appearance in my 20s rather than 30s. 30s now, it's more about what can you what do you have, what can you offer me, what am I getting financially. And while I don't, like I've said, I don't not have money, I just don't have loads of it. And I also don't think I want someone who would just be with me for money. I don't want to, like, are you with me because you like me or what I can provide? And I don't want to be a guy that settles for someone who's only with them for money. Not that I have any. But if or when I do, and then all of a sudden girls are liking me, like that won't sit right with me. I don't know. Is that just me? I don't know. I think I'm having probably like a midlife crisis with this. Like, I don't know. the dating apps scene, I don't think I'm going to have much luck. I even went on Tinder for about 48 hours, and that is a complete cesspit. The filters that women use are just scandalous, I'll be honest. I'm looking at women in the mid-40s with flawless skin. No, just stop. You're not 25. I don't understand. I don't know. I'm not sure what my comparison is with men, because obviously I'm looking for women, so I only get to see women. But Tinder is, yeah. Don't do Tinder. Save yourself the heartache. It's not going to be worth it. It's not for you. That, to me, seems like women are on there for the sexual validation that they might get from men liking images of them. Lots of skin showing. For men, it's a numbers game, you know. It's pointless. Hinge is much better, I will say that. So if you are genuinely interested in trying to meet someone, Hinge is a better opportunity, but don't be fooled into thinking it's straightforward. Even if you're attractive, which I don't think I am, but I'd say I'm marginally above average for my height. I keep myself in good shape, and I'm tall, so I do get the initial likes from that, which is like I say, it's nice, but it's not. It does not mean that I'm just going to get someone. I have to have money, so I need to be tall, attractive, wealthy, and then maybe I'll get the opportunity at someone who's mid-level in everything. So the dating scene is absolutely garbage right now. Maybe I'll just stay single. I don't know. A little bit about me. I've had 2 long-term girlfriends, one in my early 20s. We lived together, knew her as a friend originally, and then got together. That ended when I was about 23. Spent a few years single, did a little bit of travelling, North America and South America. A few hookups, usual stuff. I then ended up moving to a place in England just outside Manchester. Same process. I worked pretty standard run-of-the-mill, blue collar work, bills been paid, blah blah blah. Few little hookups again from Tinder, but we're going back 10 years when it was a little bit better than it is now. And then I got with a long-term friend of mine, so that was who I ended up having a child with. We bought a house together. We were together for nearly 8 years, and we broke up but still lived together. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit about, I've always felt it's a little bit more about knowing the person. Like if you're a guy and you can get close enough to a girl where they see your personality and who you are, you stand a much better chance. Whereas in dating apps it's constant comparison, which is the thief of joy. Too many options sometimes are not a good thing. And when we're dealing with people and human interaction, to have everything based on messages and photos, and they can be choreographed photos and choreographed, about me sections and hobbies, which everyone makes to be out. Everyone's a walker. Everyone's doing something crazy, skydiving and reading 100 books, and I don't know, I never felt like that was me. So I don't know what to suggest with that, but maybe I'm the one looking for like-minded guys that maybe are in their 30s and 40s and found themselves single, and they just can't find someone no matter what. They just can't do it, And it's not like you're not prepared to settle yourself. Like, I'm realistic. I'm not expecting someone who's, you know, a 10 out of 10 looks or anything. I expect to find someone who's probably got a child, which I'm okay with because I have a child. So it's not like I can complain of that. Someone who's maybe, you know, just down to earth, has some similar interests, and doesn't expect the world, basically. Financially, I mean. But if there's any other guys out there, like, and you want to follow along my journey, I'm probably going to join Hinge again, and I'll show that. I'll show like the pictures I've set up and the amount of matches that I get from them. And we can alter things and see if it changes anything. But I'd also like to, you know, go to the Lake District. I want to do a few videos there as well. So that's really beautiful. But yeah, I'll leave it there anyway. There's no point in just rambling on at this point in nothingness. So I'll just sort of quickly show you a little bit about what's down there. We've got some kids walking, it looks like, for a school trip. Over there. And little thumbnail. Happy days. Okay. Till next time.